You think you know what autism is? Rain Man? Sheldon Cooper? Forget that. I'm a psychologist, I have ADHD and autism, and I'm going to show you what actually happens inside my head. Imagine your brain is a computer. Most people run on Windows. It filters out background noise. My brain? I'm running Linux without a graphical interface, and I'm processing everything at once.
The tag on my shirt feels like sandpaper. The hum of that fridge sounds like a jet engine. This isn't being sensitive. This is a hardware issue.
Why does this happen? Most videos tell you it's social awkwardness. That's a lie. That's just the side effect. The real cause is biological.
Let's go deep. Deeper than your average YouTube video goes. We need to talk about synaptic pruning.
When you were a baby, your brain made trillions of connections. By age 2, a neurotypical brain starts cutting the useless ones, snipping the wires you don't need.
But in an autistic brain, that guy with the scissors, he called in sick. We don't prune enough. We keep the connections. All of them.
This is called hyperconnectivity. It sounds like a superpower, right? Wrong. It's like having 500 tabs open in Chrome and they are all playing music.
This is why I can remember license plates from 1999, but I can't remember to brush my teeth. My highway is jammed with too much data. But that's just the structure. The real nightmare is how we predict the future. Or rather, how we don't.
Your brain is a prediction machine. When you walk into a room, you don't see the room, you see your memory of it. You predict the floor is solid. If the floor is there, your brain ignores it. It saves energy. Dopamine flows. You feel safe. You only pay attention if something changes.
My brain, it treats the floor like it's the first time I've ever seen a floor. Every single time.
This is the high prediction error theory. My brain cannot automate the mundane. Everything is new. Everything is breaking news.
Imagine driving a car, but you have to manually calculate the combustion of every piston. That's me having a casual conversation.
When you say, "How are you?" I'm not just hearing words. I'm analyzing your tone, your microexpressions, the background noise, the history of our friendship. And because my predictive coding is weak, I prefer systems, Legos, code, math. Why? Because they don't change. They are safe.
People call it obsessive. I call it finding an anchor in a chaotic ocean. It's the only time my brain stops screaming.
Now, combine this with ADHD. My autism wants routine to predict the future. My ADHD wants dopamine and novelty. It is a civil war inside my skull. One side screams plan everything, the other screams do something reckless, and I'm just stuck in the middle.
So how do I survive? I lie. Not with words, but with behavior. It's called masking.
I study you. I mimic your laugh. I learn eye contact like it's a physics equation. Look a bridge of nose for 3 seconds, look away for 1.
You think I'm charming. You think I'm listening. But really, I'm running a high-performance acting script.
The cost? Burnout. Autistic burnout isn't just being tired. It's a system crash. The battery isn't empty. It's dead.
I lose the ability to speak. I lose the ability to move. I lay in the dark for days because the world was too loud for too long.
But here is the twist. I wouldn't trade this brain. Why? Because we see things you miss.
That lack of pruning, that hyperconnectivity, it allows us to connect patterns that are miles apart. Innovation comes from people who cannot accept the status quo because their brains physically cannot ignore the details.
If you feel like this, you aren't broken. You are a specialist in a world designed for generalists. Understanding your OS is the first step. I have more hacks to share. Subscribe so we can decode this together.